On the menu today is a beautiful cod and bean soup, or a stoop, call it whatever you like. It is super delicious, very easy to make, and all gets done in one pot. This is a very traditionally Greek recipe. They make it throughout Greece, especially on the islands and coastal areas where fish is in abundance. I'm using cod or bacalao, but you can use whatever fillets you like of fish, is totally fine. So, to start us off, very simple recipe. I'm going to take one onion and I'm just going to coarsely chop this up. Nothing complicated at all. In fact, you can even slice your onion, not a big deal.
With you, I can be sad with you. Just take my hand and fly up through the dreams where the sky...
Perfect. My onion there. I am going to do about a solid half a cup of my Greek extra virgin olive oil. Get that off and going. And there's that sizzle, baby. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Get that going in there. It's nice, just give that a quick little stir in there. And we'll continue on. Along with this, I'm going to take one bay leaf and just throw that in. I'm going to take one carrot, and I don't peel my carrots anymore. I very simply, I cut them up into pieces, whether I cut them into slices or whatever, and I just let them go real quick. All right. In goes, oh, lost one there. In goes my carrots. I'm going to take some previously frozen celery. Just one celery stalk will do for this, and that will go in there as well. This is like a very, very traditional soup base. So now, these three ingredients in here are, the fancy schmancy name is a mirepoix, which is onion, carrots, and celery. But just call them carrots and celery and onions. It's totally fine. Next, garlic. For this, I'm using 3 cloves of garlic. I'm going to smash them and very simply just slice them up. Nothing complicated at all. Perfect. That'll go in there as well. Throw that in there. Now, as far as the seasonings go for this, I'm going to use some fresh cracked black pepper. Always a must in any soup. I'm going to throw in a little salt. Perfect. Next one is optional, and that is red chili flakes. Like a little heat, a little spice. Totally fine. If you don't want this, that's totally cool. You don't have to add this. That gives us a little stir there. And now let that go for about 5 minutes just to get everybody kind of acquainted in the pool. I'm using 1 can of white kidney beans. I'm just going to drain them real quick and put them in here the way they are, dry. I'm doing this to create a little bit of interest to this in terms of depth of flavor. I want a little bit of charring on my beans before I add the liquid part of this soup. Along with this, you're going to do about half a teaspoon of dried Greek oregano. And again, you're not going to get a predominantly oregano kind of flavor, but you will get that certain richness in the background. So now that my beans have toasted up somewhat and they're actually where I want them to be, the next part of this is to actually start bringing up the liquid. And for this, I'm using one 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. You can use diced, you can use whole if you want to break them up. That is totally fine. 4 cups of water. Perfect, just like that. Now, just give that a quick stir like this. And what we're gonna do now is very simply just bring that up to a boil, and then we'll be able to go to the next step, which is adding our fish. All right, so just up to a boil now. We're actually looking pretty good. Let me give this a quick little stir here. Oh yeah, it's exactly what we want. The final step of this, in terms of getting it ready to cook down, is just put in your cod steaks or your cod fillets, call them whatever you like, into this. Now this part here is gonna cook for half an hour, partially covered, the lid, so we don't want it completely covered, and let that go now for, like I said, about half an hour. Even if our cod breaks apart in the cooking process, that is totally cool. I'm good with that. We want that essence of the cod in there, and we want those little bites. So every time you take a spoonful, boom, you're gonna get some fish as well. So my cod and bean soup is ready to go. Took exactly 30 minutes, and it is absolutely done to perfection. It's thickened up, it's tightened up, partly because of, through the cooking, it's lost its amount of liquid. Also, because of the starches in the beans, it's tightened it up a little bit. So I'm really, really happy with this. The aromas in here are absolutely fantastic. I'm getting a classic Greek fasolada, or that Greek bean soup, plus the added aroma of the cod. It's absolutely fantastic, man. And I really can't wait to try this. So I'm just gonna take a little bit here and see if I can fish out some beans as well as some fish. So I've got the beans here. Let me take a look. My fish is literally, the cod is literally just falling apart. It is that good. It is that delicious. Oh, jeez, that's fantastic. Grab this here, and we'll be off to the races. So take this here. Now this is like super crazy hot. This is like no joke hot. That is so good. I have all the flavors of the Greek fasolada with that added layer of flavor of the cod. Now, time to try the cod now. Oh God. That right there is give me a hug in a bowl. That's exactly what this is. This is like so damn good. All the flavors are exactly the way they should be. Perfect balance. Whoo! This is like partially from the temperature heat and partially from the chili flake heat. But it is so good, my friends. This, you make like on a winter's night, you're done in like under 45 minutes from start to finish. And you have a soup that tastes like it took 4 days to make. It's that deep and rich. And this is actually going to get better probably the next day or so, sitting in your fridge. And then when you heat it up again, on point. So that's it for this episode on my cod and Greek bean soup, or stoop. It's a thick, rich kind of stick to your bones recipe. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please hit that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. For this recipe and many others, also check me out online at kensgreektable.com. And until next time, I thank you again for watching. I appreciate your time. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will definitely see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye for now.